quick question for you. Is the whole, is your book a murder mystery, pretty much?
It's part of it. That's kind of a
well,
substance.
thank you. We're just going to we can do question and answer later on if that would be good. By the way, everyone here has amazing names. You all sound like writers. William West. Our next reader is Ruby Montalvo. And then we have Lily Lewis last. I think they're just, when I was putting together the flyer, I was like, yes, these are writerly names. Ruby Montalvo was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. In May 2018, Ruby published her first novel, A Song for Jessica, just before her 56th birthday. Ruby is proof that it's never too late to follow your dreams. I love that line. Thank you so much for writing that. And please welcome Ruby.
Thank you, and thank you for having us here again. So just a little bit about A Song for Jessica. It is the genre, and you will probably realize this that when you're writing, it's like trying to figure out what is the genre. Is it murder mystery? Is it coming of age or whatever? So with A Song for Jessica, it's really women's fiction, and that is a big umbrella covering a whole bunch of different things. But in this case, it's about a young woman who's 28 years old, and her family has suffered a tragedy. Her brother was killed when he was 10 years old, suddenly in a car accident, and that was her only sibling. And her parents, their family fell apart after that, basically. And her mom is still struggling. She's still grieving for her brother. And Allison is the main character. Her name is Allison DeLeon. And she's from San Antonio, like I am, which is that's where the setting of the story. And so Allison grows up pretty much without her parents. She's 14 years old when her brother dies. So the thing about Allison, though, is that she always wanted to be a singer. She has a gift of a beautiful voice. And because of all these things that happened, I'm going to read the back of my book here. She dreamed of a musical career, but when her 10-year-old brother was killed in a car accident years ago, everything changed for the DeLeon family. Allison eventually gave up on her dream. Now 28-year-old Allison feels stuck. She's one step away from getting fired at work. Her best friend Jessica, who is the only person who has always been there and still encourages her to pursue music, is getting married and will soon be moving across the country. Allison fears she'll lose her friend forever, and when her estranged father resurfaces and files for divorce, her emotionally unstable mother does not take it well. Then Allison gets an unexpected second shot at her dream, but it would mean leaving her mother when she needs her most. So the story is really about Allison's struggle to do what she loves and follow her passion and follow her dream, and needing to do what she feels like she has to do and what she should do. So that is the basic conflict of the story. And I am going to read chapter 9. At the beginning of the story, it kind of goes into Allison and a lot of background of the story and the details and how she feels like life is passing her by. And I think that is something that I've experienced in life, where people are doing cool stuff and I'm not doing anything, and that's kind of how she feels. Okay, so this is in chapter 9. She is the maid of honor for her friend Jessica's wedding, and that's a huge honor for her, of course, and she adores her friend Jessica. They're very good friends. They've been friends from childhood. And now they're at a resort for this bachelorette party getaway. And as the book jacket states, Jessica always encourages Allison to pursue her dream. So the wedding party is there, it's girls, kind of having a good time. And so this is where chapter 9 begins. And Jessica is a school teacher. So she's a first grade, she's a school teacher, and that's a little bit of the context of the story. Okay, so chapter 9 of A Song for Jessica. Audrey knocks on Jessica and Vivian's door with the first part of the familiar knocking rhythm. We listen for the response from inside, but instead we hear loud voices and laughter. They must not have heard me, she says. She knocks again and looks at me as we listen again for the response. Loud laughter. Hello, people, let us in, Audrey says. She's about to knock again when Vivian swings the door open. I thought I heard something, she says. Audrey walks into the room. What's so funny? Jessica says. I was telling them about my first week in the classroom when that kid threw up all over my brand new $200 alphabet rug. Oh, poor little boy, Audrey says. I know, and my rug, Jessica says, and then continues. So poor Trevor's standing there, puke all down the front of his shirt and all over my brand new, perfect, beautiful rug. And he's kind of waving his hands like, what's happening? And I'm standing there in shock, her eyes widening. And then he throws up again. Jessica grins, and oh my God, it smelled so bad. I start gagging. I'm like, Jessica covers her mouth as if fighting her gag reflex. I seriously thought I was going to lose it too. Oh, nice, Susan says. I know, I had no idea where to start cleaning it up. I mean, the stuff was everywhere. Yep, my first week. I didn't think I'd make it, she says, shaking her head. And now here you are, an old pro, Vivian says. Well, I don't know about that, Jessica says. Susan's at a makeshift bar she set up on the desk. And on that note, Audrey, Allie, would you care for a drink? She asked. We have rum, vodka, scotch, cranberry juice, orange juice, and ginger ale. Pick your poison. I'll take a Cape Cod, please, and thank you, Audrey says as she finds a spot on the edge of the bed. Allie? Susan asks me. No thanks, I'm good. I can sometimes stomach vodka in small doses pretty well, but what can I say? It's not worth the risk. I'd hate to get sick and start vomiting all over myself like that kid who ruined Jessica's rug. Excuse me. Jessica says, this is the good stuff, Allie, if you want to give it a try. Susan says, oh, excuse me, you only drink the good stuff? You know she's allergic, Jessica says to Susan. What? No way, Susan says. Jessica nods. Yes, can you believe that? We learned the hard way, right, Allie? That's right, I say. Vivian says, I knew you didn't drink much. I thought it was by preference. I guess it is. I prefer not to be puking my guts out when I'm trying to have a good time. It tends to be a buzzkill, I say. Jessica tells the story of our first adult experience together at Chris's fraternity party when we were seniors in high school. Candace says, well, Jess, I have to ask you, do you have any more vomit stories? You told two just now. Oh, wow, I did, didn't I? I'm sure I could come up with a couple more if I put my mind to it. How about a cranberry juice, ginger ale, and a splash of vodka? Susan asks me. Sure, I'll try it, I say. Hold the vodka. I smile at her. Please and thank you. Oh, fine, she says. Well, I was watching the channel with the resort activities, and there's a talent show tomorrow night that I really want to go to, Jessica says. Oh, right, you mentioned it at the pool, Audrey says. Yeah, I was thinking one of us could be in it. Doesn't that sound great? Jessica says. I watch Susan mix my drink like a pro. Jessica, you're going to be in the talent show? Audrey asks. That's awesome, Candace says. You can tell vomit stories. Susan says. That would be hilarious. Do it as a stand-up routine. Not me, Allie, Jessica says, motioning to me. Uh-oh, Allie, Jessica's ready to sign you up for a talent show. Run, Candace says. What's your talent? Vivian asks me. Nothing. I have no idea what she's talking about. Not true, Allie. Audrey knows, but you guys may not know that Allie can sing. She's got an amazing voice, Jessica says. She does, Allie. You do, Audrey says. Amazing. Blew me away. What? Candace says. Really? Says Vivian. I had no idea, Susan says as she hands me my drink. When did you hear me sing? I asked Audrey. In high school? One of your concerts, maybe? That was a long time ago. I sip my drink. It's sweet and refreshing. You should do it, Allie. That'd be awesome, Candace says. No, thanks, I say, shaking my head. Jessica says, yes, Allie, do it, for fun, no pressure. Audrey chants, do it, do it, do it. Everyone joins in. Jessica, you need to stop, I say. No, this would be perfect, Allie. Seriously, y'all, she's really good. Audrey starts again, and she walks over to make herself another drink. Do it, do it, do it, Susan says. I mean, if you got it, why not flaunt it, Allie? That would be freaking cool. Representing. All right, Jess, I'll do it if you do it, I say. Oh, no, you don't. This has got your name all over it, Allie, she says. Come on now. Are we going dancing or what? I say. It's getting late and it's past Candace's and my bedtime, right, Candace? Plus, we have reservations. They're going to give our table away. Way to change the subject, Allie, Susan says. But I don't think you're going to get off that easy. Candace says, I hate to be your excuse to stop this unfair peer pressure, but yes, I won't last much longer. Junior and I have had a long day, she pats her belly. Oh, yikes! It is late, Jessica says, checking the time on her phone. All right, you're off the hook for now, but not forever. She looks in the mirror and touches up her lipstick. Everyone ready? At this point, I just want to call it a night and go back to my room, get under the covers and finish watching Coal Miner's Daughter. Why would she put me on the spot like that? I swear, Jessica. Jessica wraps her arm in mine as we walk down the hall. Well, will you do it? She asks. At first, I can't even look at her. She blindsided me, and I don't appreciate it. I finally turn to her. Her mini veil floats around her head. How could you put me on the spot like that, Jess? I know, I'm sorry, but come on, Allie. This is the perfect opportunity. You don't know anyone here but us, and we love you. You can just go up there and leave it all on stage. Like, give it all you got. She's always been so encouraging. President and only member of my fan club. Totally biased. I think she'd always tell me I'm great, even if I suck. But she's right. That's my dream. That was my dream once upon a time. I remember Loretta Lynn. It wasn't easy for her. Being a musician is a hard life and competitive. There are so many people way more gifted than I could ever hope to be. Hugely talented people. Jessica doesn't stop believing in me, even way past when everyone else has, even when I have. I've thought about getting back out there, but something always stops me. I end up shaking my head, shrugging my shoulders, and saying, I just don't know. Maybe I don't want it bad enough. She has a point about no one knowing me here. Would that make it easier? Even though I'm kind of pissed that she set me up, I wonder how I'd do. It's been a long time, but I'm sure I could make a respectable appearance. I wouldn't be horrible, I don't think. Oh, Jessica, you know what? Because this weekend is all about you, I'll think about it. She smiles. Excellent. That's chapter 9. How much time do I have? 7 minutes? Okay. So what happens with Allison is she does decide to do it. She goes up, and other things happen that kind of complicate it a little bit. So the scene that I want to read you, the last thing I want to read you, is at the talent show. She decides to do the talent show. It's a resort, and this scene was actually inspired by a person that I saw. when we were on a cruise, and there was a talent show. And this girl got up, and she was young, she was in her mid-20s, and she was, I believe, going to school, going to be a teacher or something like that. And not a music teacher, something with office computers or something like that. But this girl started singing, and she was amazing. She was so talented. And I really wondered about that. I really wondered about her and why she would not be pursuing that, because she had a gift. And so Allison's character, and this part of her character, some of those things, are really inspired by that person that I had never met, who I saw that one particular time. Okay, so this is the scene, and it's on page 72, chapter 14. All right. I'm next, and now my knees are shaking and my heart races, Dave says. And now, from San Antonio, Texas, Allison DeLeon. My friends shout, Allie, Allie, Allie. Dave greets me on stage. Applause. Allie, 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 my friends say, and the rest of the audience joins in. You have your own cheering section. Nice. Who's your cheering section? Those are my friends, and we're here for my friend Jessica's bachelorette party. Uh-oh, girls on the loose. That gets a laugh and whooping from the audience. What do you do back in San Antonio, Allison? I'm an account specialist at a technology company. Awesome. And today you're going to sing for us. Are you ready, Allison? Yes, I am, I say. Show us some solid blanc blood, folks. He says, Allison DeLeon. The house lights go down and the spotlight's on me. I can't see much of anything except the feet of the people in the front row. I smile at the third row, shouting my name, and they get even louder. I adjust the microphone stand so the mic is right at my mouth, and when I speak, my voice fills the auditorium and sounds big and rich, not like me at all. This is a song by the late, great Leonard Cohen. It's the Hallelujah song, one of my favorites. It's been done 1,000,000 times, 1,000 different ways, plus one more. I nod at Gus in the pit, and he begins to play, and I sing the only song I can imagine singing at this time, mostly because that's how I feel. I'm up there with a hallelujah. And when I get to that last rise in the final verse, I close my eyes for just a moment, then open them again, and I'm overcome with this sense of magic of the moment, a mix of beauty and grace and joy and spirituality and happiness and absolute love. I feel a surge of power hit me. I finish strong and loud, looking toward the spotlight, as if it's just me and the Lord of song, and I'm singing hallelujah. The audience applauds. My friends shout and whistle. I smile. Wow, I did it. That was incredible. Scary as hell and so amazing at the same time. I wipe a tear and walk off stage feeling dizzy. Holy cow, that was so much fun. Thanks for seeing. Thank you.